10 years ago, a friend handed me a book and said, "This will change your life." Excited, I dove in, expecting a transformation. But nothing changed. Not because the book was bad, far from it. The problem was me. I didn't understand half of what I read. The parts I did understand, I forgot them within weeks. What's the point of reading if you forget everything? It felt like a waste of time. So I started searching for answers. I researched, experimented, and tested different methods. And finally, I found a way. A method that allows me to remember most of the key concepts from any book I read for years. And today, I'm going to share that secret with you. To understand how to retain information, we first need to understand our brain. We have two types of memory, short-term memory and long-term memory. Imagine you walk into McDonald's and see the cashier. You remember their face for a few minutes or hours, then forget it. That's short-term memory. Now think of a birthday you celebrated years ago. That's long-term memory. When we study, what do we want? We want concepts to go into our long-term memory, but the problem is, how do concepts enter long-term memory? There are many ways, but we will use the effort principle. A study was conducted where students were split into two groups to take notes in different ways. One group used pen and paper, while the other typed on laptops or phones. The typing group took twice as many notes, making it seem like the better method. However, when tested, the students who wrote by hand scored twice as much as those who typed. Researchers repeated the experiment many times, and the results were the same. This study highlights that the more effort you put in, the more information is stored in long-term memory. To make the effort principle more effective, I use Feynman's learning technique. Number 1, pick a topic and study it. Number 2, write and explain it as if teaching someone else. Number 3, identify gaps. If you struggle to explain something, go back and relearn. And number 4, simplify your explanation. If it's too wordy or unclear, you haven't fully understood it yet. The more we engage with and repeat a topic, the more likely it moves into long-term memory. Let's say you're learning English language and start with vocabulary. If your first words are hullabaloo, kerfuffle, and gobsmacked, they won't help much because these are unlikely to be repeated. Instead, you should start with basic words like these. These foundational words will act as keys that help attract more words into your long-term memory. Build a strong foundation first. That will make everything easier and faster.